Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's lunchtime, and I'm awake, but I got some Genshin for you. You guys can thank out my brother. Yeah, give thanks to my brother. He texted me like I'm not even joking, like 10 minutes ago. Maybe a little bit more at this point because I've been setting up. But he actually texted me, and that's what woke me up. My alarm went off at 11, like I have it normally, and I was like, nope, not having it because I just didn't really sleep. I went to bed at like 9 o'clock, I think it was, after not sleeping very well the night before. And I was like, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go to bed. And I woke up somewhere around like I think it was closer to midnight. It might have been like at around 11:30. And I was like, well, that was to be expected. That's happened a lot. So I was like, yeah, I'll just sit down and I'll watch some stuff until maybe around 2-ish, and then I'll just go and crash. Because I did start feeling tired at around 2:30 or something like that, so that was good. But I stumbled on a video and didn't realize that it was 2+ hours long. And it actually captivated my attention. So I was like, yeah, I'm watching this apparently. And then my stomach just kept growling after I laid down. My husband's alarm went off, so he got up and started doing stuff. I think I tried to fight my stomach growling for about 10 minutes or something like that. I don't think it was too terribly long. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just eat breakfast and either try to stay up or I'll crash. I ate. I felt very, very tired. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to go to bed after I eat. So I didn't sleep too much, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I have my lunch with me, so I'm going to be eating lunch with you guys.
There are
Yes, there are leaves around. Is it both of these surveys ending soon and the blazing battle ending soon? Oh, that's right. I got to do the uh the little Saurian relay thingy.
elves
Uh
around, and I know just the tune to accompany them.
because I did not do that yesterday. We are going to be getting books for Lali today. Books for Lali. Did I?
Can we play?
Yeah, I gotta do that. There's 5 days remaining on it. It's nothing. Because I really don't want to do that on stream. Because it's just going around the obstacle course.
Add
So.
Astra at. Thank you for completing.
And I never went back in to actually claim
Add Astra.
the other things here. Which was fine. Like I said, this account doesn't necessarily need that at the moment. But I would like to maintain it. 33. More money. Want that resin. Hi, honey. How you doing?
There'll be an extra fee.
All right, let's do our artifact run. We gotta do that stuff. That is not. There we go. There we go. Doing fine. Surprised you're up. Me too. So my brother texted me. Now, I'll put this right out there. So on Sunday when I went to go do my laundry at his place and stuff like that, he got a call from our cousin who is in the hospital. But he's the one that had been taking care of our dad. Now, a lot of stuff has happened. My brother has kept me in the loop the best he can and whatnot. Um, so last we knew, our dad was actually recovering, which to at a nursing home, I think it was, in another city or another town rather. After a fall he took. As far as we knew, he was still there. He then told me after this call that he is now back in town, but at the hospital because he fell and broke his hip and needed surgery. Um, I cannot stress this enough. Like, my mother was so worried about any time like the word surgery got brought up for my dad. My dad's health is not great, and it hasn't been really terrific like since I can remember. So if there was anything that was wrong, that like surgery is the answer. There was always, talk about if it's necessary and whatever. Well, with a broken hip, it's necessary. Um, so because of this and everything, not to be the Debbie Downer, basically we know there's like no chance of survival. Like, my brother and I are very, very aware of this. So my brother went to go see our dad on Sunday. Well, why didn't I go? If you know, you know. But long story short, some shit went down the year my mom passed away. To which basically my dad and my brother both faked a restraining order. And the only thing that would basically go, yeah, I'll go down and whatever, is they had to reach out to me, which my father never did because he wasn't going to do that. But he also didn't like have a third party do it, because I'm well aware that talking on the phone for him is not easy after his stroke and whatever.
Let me try.
But ultimately, like, I don't want to say my dad's a bad person. Like, I really don't. But after years and years of like this light switchy mood swings and stuff like that, it was very toxic the way I was treated. So whereas I do care, he's my dad and everything like that, I'm just not going to do that. Like, I've resigned myself that I'm not seeing my dad. Will I regret it? Maybe. I don't know. But my brother went down and stuff like that, so at the very least he saw one of us. The surgery was either supposed to be yesterday or today. I didn't hear anything yesterday, so I don't know. So that's still up in the air, and maybe that's the reason I'm not actually sleeping very well. Because it's kind of that situation of you just want to know, Um, I will state the day I do find out, I might not stream, or I might end stream early, and it's more of a just a mental check on myself and stuff like that. I was more close to my mom than my dad, anyway. So it's not that I'm not going to be sad, but I've said this before to my husband, and he knows this. Is that I felt like my dad, the person that I remember my dad, died a long time ago. His mood swings and stuff like that, his whole demeanor has changed so much over the years after his stroke that it's almost unrecognizable. He used to like sit down and joke with you, like, bad dad joke kind of way and whatnot, and be somewhat jovial. And nowadays it's a lot more. He has little slight bouts of that, but it's very few and far between. Very few and far between. So I thought that's why my brother texted me, because my brother knows also my apartment's a dead zone, and that even something like that, he's gonna have to like text me, or he leaves a voicemail. It's gonna be one of the two. So if I got the text and he'd be like, "Yeah, Dad passed away," I would have been like, "Yep." But that's what I expected it to be. And no, he actually was just giving me some good news and a little bad news. The good news is, if you watched one of the, I don't know if it was the last State of Play. but it was one of the recent State of Plays that they announced that they were re-releasing the Lunar games. So Lunar, Silver Star Story, and Eternal Blue. Two of my favorite JRPGs. I played them back on the PlayStation, the PS1, and I have both PS1 collections. So I was like, yes, they're actually re-releasing this. That's awesome. And I was worried that they weren't going to do a physical copy because, you know, physical media is a dying breed. But we also know getting physical media, especially for things that you really, really love. Oh no! Bam, bam.
Settle down.
Nouvellette, where were you firing? So yeah, I honestly, if I could get a hold of a physical copy, I would want the physical copy. Because of the whole thing of, well, you know, you might buy it digitally, but you don't technically own it, and they can just take it away from you, kind of situation. Um, but we hadn't heard anything else other than that. Then if you went to the PlayStation Store, it just went, yeah, it's announced. And the funny thing is, I just looked at this yesterday too. So I was like, okay, it's announced. And he's like, well, there's finally a release date for it. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So that's the good news. And the release date is April 18th. So cool. God damn it. I go around the corner so I don't snap and I still aggroed him. So what's the bad news? Well, that physical copy I mentioned, you can only get it through Amazon. It's an Amazon exclusive. Well, why does that bother me? Well, I think I've talked about it on stream before. But since turning off my Prime, I've had this happen twice. Where whatever I order has been opened. It has arrived open. The first was a clear phone case because I'm going to customize it for my phone when I got a new one. And that was in an envelope. That was in one of those plasticky envelopes. And then the other thing was the book I bought for my husband for Christmas. And it was the back that was slashed open and then leaned up against the window out in the vestibule. So I am very weary of ordering not just from Amazon, but from anywhere online, really, if that's going to keep happening. When I went to look up the situation, because I was like, huh, it's very weird that this started happening after my Prime got turned off. Like, very weird that it started happening after that. And the second time that it happened with the book, I texted my brother, and I was just like, hey, has this happened to you? Because you order from Amazon quite a bit. Or he did. He used to. But he still has his Prime.
The wind knows me. Bring it.
Oh, I'm stuck on the big dude. And he said no. He said it has not happened to him, but obviously he actually ordered something fairly recently. I need to remind him to tell me if it arrived open or not. But he was like, no, I've never seen that happen. I take it happened to you. And when I told him twice, he went, what the fuck? And I went, yeah. So I put it out on Facebook and Blue Sky. I didn't get any traction on Blue Sky, but I did have a couple friends question why I was asking for a little bit more detail. And, okay. Oh, that was actually really funny. Hi, Brian. How you doing? But the two friends that actually did respond in that conversation had mentioned, no, they haven't had that happen, that it's weird that it happened twice. And one of the friends actually did say that they had heard about stuff like that happening, but hasn't had it personally happen to them or anyone that they knew. And I was like, yeah, you know, and I obviously did some research and stuff like that. I found a couple Reddit posts that talked about it.
One with nature.
Are they still dead? Or did I just like masterfully just stealthily get out of here? Because my artifacts have respawned. The enemies should have respawned. I didn't kill them on this account either. That. I'll be impressed with myself for that one. I don't know what happened. Doing well, watching an email train blow up in the real time. Bunch of unneeded replies and replies to those. You should just throw in a purple monkey dishwasher and see what happens. So yeah, the other, so the thing about doing the research with the Amazon packages and stuff like that, only one of those. Now, I never saw anything say they weren't Prime members, hence the question, because it was weird that it started happening right after my Prime got turned off. Hang on. But none of them actually had mentioned them being Prime members or not. That was the interesting part about it. And only one post I find mentioned a non-Amazon package being opened. So again, that was kind of surprising. But that was where I was like, But when I go to check the mail, I have actually seen other Amazon packages open just like mine was. So it has to still be our delivery and not necessarily Amazon themselves.
I got carried. Done.
Eh. Where the heck is the other thing? There it is. I'll just leave Nouvellette up front.
Ah, my apologies. This heavy rain must be quite an inconvenience for you.
Boop and boop. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with delivery on packages. I can always, like, if my brother's not having issues, I could always have him order the game for me and use his Prime for it. Oh, right. Shalona has to be here. There we go. I almost was just like, well, I'm going to go across. No, I don't have Chaska. I don't have Chaska or Malvika. This is now my brain slowing down because tired. It's hard going off of like 4 hours of sleep. But another friend I actually spoke to, this one wasn't actually in person, was, you know, asking about Prime. Now, as far as I remember, she said that she doesn't actually have Prime, or, you know, when she... Because I'm trying to remember if she watched anything on Prime Video or not. But she had mentioned not having any issues for not having Prime when she did use Amazon. So the theory that it might be through just Amazon is debunked, which admittedly, I knew, like, when you get down to it, it probably wasn't Amazon, unless the only way you would be able to say, oh yeah, Amazon was the one that did it, is if all areas had dedicated Amazon drivers.
Into the wind.
I don't think, oh, the crystal eyes happened. I just don't think, her buff went off. That's okay. His damage felt really low. And done. Yeah, our area does not have dedicated, like, Amazon... Natland. Amazon Natland. That's Kaniche. Making sure, yes. Yeah, we don't have dedicated Amazon drivers. Our Amazon packages typically come through the Postal Service or UPS, from what I've seen.
Bow your head.
Let the world come alive! Bring it! Letting brave names echo!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night, one with nature.
Silence!
Yeah, we'll just do all of these as kindling. I don't know if I'm going to need all of them, but I might as well.
Bow your head.
Time to shine! Ah!
Oh, good God.
Let the mighty be humble.
Most of the stuff needed to be done today already done now. Nice! Nice. I know you were worried about that because you said there was like a long list of stuff. All right, before we go into combat,
The show be...
says Shalona got slapped.
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Doing this out of order.
Clouds high, the birds call into the wind.
Settle down.
Really wish those Natland enemies didn't hit like a freaking freight train.
Strike a pose! Time to shine!
The tides beckon.
Really? Deep shot. Burrow underground. That should be illegal. And one more. One more.
Bow your head.
Letting brave names echo! Let the world come alive!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night, one with nature.
Now, I know I can't do anything with the books right now because I don't have the drops for her stuff, and she still needs her burst level too. So we're at 38. So I have enough. Yeah, I have enough to crown her skill, which is probably what I'll do first. But we just gotta wait till next week, basically, to see if I get anything from the knave. I'm so low on dream solvents, I'm loath to do it, but
War
I
comes in
think
many
she's
forms
going to
to
be the one
this.
I have to do it to. Oh, no, 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 no. Hang on. I don't remember if I went to the teapot. So let's go to the teapot and buy stuff. I think I did. I want to say I bought all my books and stuff. Yeah, I'm at 690.
This realm is.
So what am I going to use that on? Probably St. Cho's talent books. Since so many characters do need guides to gold, but at the same time, all the characters that use guide to gold that I use are crowned already, so yeah, I guess I'm just stocking the currency. That's cool.
If you ever have any.
For right now, that's what's happening. Alright, let's go back to Fontaine, and then I will switch accounts. We'll do the artifact route plus the artifact farming, and then we'll continue on with Navia. So I will be right back. is a lot of water, hon. That is a lot of water. But I'm back. Okay, alright. Condense. Friendship.
Yep, you're right.
There'll be
Ad Astra Ab. Thank you for complete. Ad Astra.
Yeah, the days where I can just do that, like condense the resin and just hand it in. I like that. No, we want Chaska for artifact run. No, so close.
exactly, but none of them believe.
And I actually did my check-in for this account, so I got books. What is our book situation looking like right now? Since I haven't leveled anybody. 210, 192, 400. Okay, that's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad at all. And we'll, of course, check our teapot for what we need. Alright. One. Gimme. Chaska. Oh. Oh, that would make sense. It would make sense that this would be a little bit longer. I think it was closer to 1. Yeah, I thought like a half an hour before I can do that. So, alright. I guess we go to Natlan first. And, yeah. We start doing this. I didn't see. Is it 4 or 5 runs for this?
Letting brave names echo. Hi. Hey, nice and spicy. Carving wood.
Anytime you want to join us, Skippy.
Amazing. Amazing.
4. So it looks like we only have 4. Finally! Just needs to roll crit rate, but that actually wouldn't be bad for Mualani. Oh. Thank you. We'll take credit where credit's due on getting actual drops. How it rolls is a different story.
Hear the echoes of the valley. You're toast. Out of the frying pan into the basket.
Nope. No. Okay.
Bring it. Letting brave names echo. Buckle up. Eat this. Booba, get them. Let's ride. Surf them.
'Do, do, do, do. that crit rate, that might be okay for Auron, but I think Auron has one that's double crit. Okay. If that rolls crit rate, that would be good.
Let's get it on! Ha! Let the mountain's veins boil! Amazing!
I did that way out of order. And last one. Healing bonus. Don't really need that. And now I don't need that HP. Alright. Alright, I am going to turn back on the quest. Hang on. So this is Resurrection. So we need this one for Fontaine. And we gotta go back to Poisson. Poisson?
Woo!
So we're gonna go to Fontaine. We're gonna go back to the city. And that way we can just throw stuff into the artifact exchanger for what we don't need. Alright. I mean, that's actually really good. Alright, let me... Do I have anything that can... I'm going to hit the right button eventually. No. Okay. So the only thing I have are, like, these terrible ones to throw in. So I'm just going to do that. That's... I'm just going to throw that in there. Take it to level 9. No whammies! Okay, that's not the end of the world. She will lose a little bit of crit rate, but we'll see what this rolls into. A little bit of ER, I'm good. Okay, roll that hit point percent at least one more time, please. And I say at least, but it's on its last roll. All right, that's solid. So she's gonna lose a little bit of EM, gain more hit points, gain some ER, and lose a little bit of crit. So let's actually see what the crit rate is right now. This is 9, but she still has... Yeah. Yeah, she gets 40 from it, so... She's still gonna be, she'll still be critting. So we're gonna check her damage. So we may actually have to do the testing first. Because if that's the case, she might go back onto the offset Hydro. And we can see if that balances out. So, we want... Oops. I know it was on Maiden's Beloved, so I'll just do that. Alright, so that's what she has right now. This one... So, her crit damage isn't going to change, which is fine. But we just want to check her damage. She's got 31k HP. What was the other piece I had? Was it... It was a flower, right? I just want to see if I can get that to 4. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, it was the attack sands. It was the attack sands for Chaska. That has double crit. So she would probably want EM on that. All right, let's see. Flat attack. Okay. That can just sit. That one can just sit. That there's no extra stats in it for that. All right, let's go poke the Dorito. Let's that's Natlan. Let's poke the Dorito. Let's see what we're looking at.
Sand surfing sounds like a blast. You know I'm. Hi! Bring it!
Real. Now, I'm actually not doing this, obviously, with Burst just to see how much damage she does. She will do more damage if I use Zhangling's Burst, of course, because we want her to vape. So, we're just going to see the little, more so the bonks than the Burst, but we'll see.
Nice and spicy, carving waves. Surf's up.
200.
Check this out.
Go for it.
The launch.
110. All right. Now, obviously, that would have killed it if I had Pyro applied. But was she doing I'm going to do it one more time.
Yeah, let's ride.
I don't think she caught the particles. Although she's consistently now, like, killing that stuff with 2 bonks. She should get her burst back, I think. So let's pay attention to her bonks. I think I was seeing her do 200k, which obviously she's capped on crit right now. And by capped, I mean she's overcapped.
Need a surfboard? Ho! Ha! Carving waves. Amazing.
Yeah, 200. 200. 200. And we're just gonna go 90. Okay. Alright, I gotta go up here.
Off we go. Go! Let's ride.
Alright. That's half. We can go. Alright.
Off we go.
Let's get away from that thing, and then I'll change her equipment. Okay. So let's see. And this was on Gladiator as well, so I'm just gonna do that, just so I can grab her Hydro piece. Okay, she's gonna lose hit points. I mean, the other thing's saying I can't keep her on that. That has way more crit rate, doesn't it? Yeah. That has more crit damage, though. Alright. We're gonna put that on. This is with the 5-piece. Okay.
Need a surfboard?
No, I'm good, Mualani. Thank you. Right. Alright.
Hard. Out of the frying pan, carving waves.
Okay. Oops. Inconclusive. Inconclusive. I bonked too early.
Off we go.
But I did see the 200k, which was what she was doing with the other headpiece.
Need a surfboard?
200. 200.
Check this out. Best of luck.
Hey, she did the 300. Okay, so that's with the new headpiece. That's good. No, not square. So now the question is, which is going to be better here? So if we switch this out, her crit damage goes up, her ER goes up, and she'll still have 90% crit in the Night Soul's Blessing, which is what she had the last time too, by the way.
Need a surfboard?
She didn't. Okay, there we go. I did not see the her burst go up at all with the energy, so I was gonna bonk it a second time. Didn't need to. All right. All right. Let's see.
Need a surfboard? Buckle up! Booba, get them! Catch an epic wave!
Hmm. I think I was only seeing 190.
Off we go.
One more time. Stop.
Book alive!
I did not mean to do that.
Epic wave!
We can tell the tiredness is setting back in. I did not mean to do that. That was my punching bag. All right. Let's check the bonkies.
Buckle up!
199, yeah. Okay. We can just back out. So... this goblet was better. This goblet was actually better with the higher HP. So, and this rolled the HP as well. Okay, I guess what we need to check into... she would lose attack percent if I did that, but it would give her more crit damage. So I guess what we look into is... I mean, objectively, this should be just slightly higher because of the hit points than this one. But she'll actually have... she has higher elemental mastery on this one. So... oh, I killed it. I actually killed it. Is there... she's on EM Sands right now, too. That actually rolled okay. You're still on that, aren't you? Okay, let's do crit damage. And we're going to take a look at the flowers and stuff that I have leveled. Slightly lose crit rate, but I get EM. I would lose crit damage. That one's actually higher. So that's technically not better. That has a nice CV on it. That's actually a nice ratio. And um, why are they scattered like that? That's just gonna do set. Okay. Is that why? Oh my God. I don't like the filter. Like, whoever thought that was a good idea was an idiot. No, we want your crit rate crit damage up there. You have hit points on that. We do have this, which is still on the same set. We just want to see if we can offset it. No, no. Okay. Like, Sans is a possibility to offset. She's doing better with the... Yeah, that was her HP Sans before. She's doing better with the EM. That goblet we did find out was better than this. This is actually still a good goblet, which means I could, theory, put it back on Farina. Or, hear me out, we put it on Xingqiu. And then we don't want to move that. That was actually better. Is this a world where I just leave her on the 5-piece codex right now? It could be, chat. Because we don't want to lower her HP more, right? Huh, 1k HP actually made the world of difference. It just seems weird that I wouldn't have something better that wasn't on, that was not on set. All right, Farina, what do you got? I know you were doing HP. That's not your artifacts. There we go. You're on set now. Your Sans was offset. Right. I actually was able to put you on an HP Sans instead of the ER one. Your ER Sans still wasn't bad. It's like half the hit points here. And you're wearing HP Goblet. Okay. Ah. For Mulan, yeah. Yeah, yeah. One sec, guys. I'm gonna eat a little bit of my sandwich. You're gonna see my model do like a weird motion, probably. well, okay then. I, for some reason, thought that she wanted Hydro for her cup, but she actually wants HP, so I'm going to leave Farina alone and Sincho can take the Hydro cup. I keep going to talents. I don't know why. Well, there we go. So Sincho got an upgrade here. And it has quite a bit of ER on it. There is a world where I sack that, so that's a horrible cup. His ER is impeccable. This needs to be better, but you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. He's a work in progress. Okay, well, I'm actually really surprised. Mualani came out really decently. Let's try this one more time. See the dams. Actually, I'm gonna do a funny here. I'm gonna just check the bonks and everything here with the build she has, and then I'm gonna throw the Witsith on her and see what happens.
Bring it. Nice and spicy, faster. Amazing.
200. Yep. Alright. So 200 bonkies.
Sand surfing sounds like a
That's with this beautiful weapon here. Let's throw on the rank 1 Witsith. I could have... I'm double checking. I could have swore I had more than that. No? Is my main just plagued with the Witsith? Alright, so she has 224 crit damage.
Whoa.
But let's remember, this is going to be subject to change for what she does for damage. Her
Need
ratio...
a surfboard?
Do you still have 30k? No, she lost a lot of HP. She actually lost like 6k HP. So, in theory, this should just be much, much worse.
Let's get it on. Let's ride.
Yep. Alright. So, yeah. So yeah, it's interesting on how that acts with other characters. Because again, I was using the Witsith for a while on my new Valette, and his damage, which was the quote unquote wet noodle damage for him, if he hit either the 3 or the 1, because he doesn't need the attack and he doesn't need the elemental mastery because he wasn't reacting to anything really. But he would hit the same amount that he was hitting with the prototype Amber. So I thought it would do roughly the same thing for Mualani. And it doesn't. It's actually really funny. And I think part of that, in part, it is because she does want to react. So we're actually looking for like the vapes and stuff. But it's just really funny to see how much that the hit points for her matter. There's a part of me at some point that wants to level this. I don't think it'll be better than this, but I would like to do that because it's a situation where the physical damage goes out. That would actually be nice to actually, deal with crowd control and stuff. So that's interesting. But Mualani is doing much, much better now. So that is excellent. So now we just got to worry about Chaska, but I don't think I have a decent onset goblet, because if I did, I could just give her the offset headpiece. HP, Pyro, Electro, Animo. I do not have attack. Alright. let's go back and we'll do our sack here.
This weather makes me want to lay down and catch some rays. Perfect sunbathing conditions.
She's a simple girl. Emblem of Severed Fate. Alright. Don't need that. I'll keep this for now. Actually, you know what? Yes, I will keep that. That actually could be used on Charlotte. Healing bonus with attack. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. Good. I really need to roll these when I get some potions just to see what they roll into. Because there's no reason these shouldn't be locked. Unless I was really gonna say fuck it. Sant? That... Okay. Well, you win, Elemental Mastery Stance. Alright, let's, what time is it? Okay, we can go check the, Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get very far with Navia. I didn't realize,
Off we go.
And now see the problem with me doing this account second. So much I need to do. So little time.
Off we go.
You have Shalonen in this party. Flip to her. I doubt the upgrades we made to Mualani would actually get us a couple extra stars in the Abyss, this specific Abyss. But it's nice to see her doing consistent damage and not whatever the hell the Witzith tried to do. I'm not sure what was going on there, because, like, I didn't change her build at all, and she started hitting, like, that wet noodle. And this was despite, you know, she wants 2 of those 3 things. Did that thing die? No, okay, it was the grass. That was freaky. Just try to get refinements for it at some point. Yeah. Ugh. I mean, this is another instance where I could solvent it, but I think it takes 2 for a billet for some reason. This could be a situation where I farm the Natlan boss to try to get it. I won't do that until I actually go through the story and get Pyro Traveler, though. That fight's obnoxious. And I've only done it as the story on my main. I have not touched it because I don't have Wavika.
Ignorant and vulgar. Hear the echoes of the valley.
Look alive. I'm the frying pan, carving waves.
What's your footing?
Get down from there. Nice.
Off we go.
So yeah, with the fixes to Mualani that we made, I most certainly will get her C1 when she comes back. As well as try to go for Surf's Up. Okay, you're a cat. You want to climb on everything. She looks like she's a lot better to play. Yeah, she feels a lot better to play. And again, that's definitely the consistency of her damage. So, I mean, she just needs to get her crit higher, which, you know, if I had Surf's Up, she could definitely do. And Surf's Up is catered to what she needs, so I don't think it'll be lower performance at all. Ow! Stupid book. Stupid, stupid book. All right. I know there's a couple things I do need to buckle down on. One is definitely farming, or fishing rather, to get the catch and Fusandra. I honestly would like to have that as an option for Farina, especially for the team that she's on right now has Auroron for Favonius, and I could always flip Charlotte to Favonius as well, which I might do. Because she doesn't really need the prototype Amber. Game. I didn't touch that. All right.
Let's get it on! Eat this!
Have a little.
Let the mountain's veins boil! Let's ride! Surf's up! Let's shred, Sharky!
There's no way. Have a taste of
Look alive! Hi! Faster!
Oh, okay. Yeah, that probably would have gone a lot faster if I had some kind of AoE with her, outside of her little bonky thing. But still went pretty quick. She is really meant for single target, though. 100%. No. Go to the domains with the pop-pops. Bum, bum, bum. I definitely will be switching to the Chaska team to do stuff for Fontaine's Archon quest, just in case there is a fight. Because more than likely, I'll run into something Hydro-related, and Mualani will not be useful.
Bring it!
Alright. vegetables. Okay, good. Good, good. Technically, I should be on Mualani right now. 'Cause I always switch to my start character here. And I didn't. Oh, I think... Do I need to use my thingy? I think I need to use the thingy.
Hear the echoes of the valley. Let's get it on.
Carving waves.
Miscalculated.
That was weird. Alright, and Shalonin is just about back with her burst. I'll check Shangling in a second. Energy on this team doesn't seem to be too terribly bad. Which is why I'm okay with switching Shangling to the cat. She should really have that. There is a part of me that kind of wants to put her on Fav. Just to help funnel Mualani, but Mualani now doesn't seem to be having too much of an issue with her energy. So...
Bring it.
Game, could you not? Rather, PlayStation, could you not? Alright, almost done. Yeah, it looks like we're going to only get a little bit more of the case in today, and I'll try to do a little bit more tomorrow. I could skip going on my main first, but I like just being able to just go onto it, do my thing really quick, and be done. This wheel, man. I'm not hitting that game. Come on. No. Oh, I should have my seed box on. I know I'm gonna have to like equip that and go around to that just to actually get some seeds into my inventory again.
Need a surfboard? Let the mountain's veins boil! Look alive! Eat this! Amazing!
Hmm.
wrong test subject.
Now, that might have just been because they were spread out, but it felt like she didn't stay on the shark that long. And that's really been my biggest tiff with Mualani. It just feels like she's not staying on the shark for a very long time. That part's still kind of inconsistent. Because even when I was testing on the Dorito, like I would do the first set of bonks, like the first bonk, and then try to do the second one. And either right when I did it, she got off the shark, or she got off the shark before I did it. When I feel that she's supposed to be getting at least 3 of the shark bites in. All right. Oh, there's definitely a connection issue in and of itself. I just saw the ping buffer. With it stuttering like that, I almost don't want to do the Archon quest. But there's nothing I can do about it. I want to point out, I kicked it. I hit the button and it didn't register. Stupid boar. Nothing above. Nothing above. Okay. That's all said and done. We'll flip back to Chaska. Yeah, Mualani's feeling much better. So definitely got her some upgrades. We now just need to actually upgrade Chaska, so we definitely need another crit damage headpiece, 5-star. What are you wearing right now? Out of curiosity. You are wearing a healing bonus piece? The leveled healing bonus piece. Okay. Okay, we have a crit rate one here. So if I did flip her to Fab, I could put her there. We have this one that does have the attack percent on it. Okay, take that back. We have one already set here that has attack percent and crit rate to flip her to Favonius. She just misses out on ER. So let's see. Let me see. HP. Unfortunate. And we do have this, but it doesn't have... It has ER, but it doesn't have attack percent, so that wouldn't work for her. So it would probably go to this one. She would lose ER though. If we did Favonius. I don't think she has anything that's crit damage, ER, EM. Do I have a crit rate one with that on it? No. You have offset sands, which is fine. I don't mind her being on the 2-piece right now. What are you saying? She wants a 2-piece build anyway. with attack and ER. So you're getting the energy from Cinder City. What's your other one? She's got 2-piece ER, basically. Okay. As long as her burst gets up consistently, it's fine. And then Auroron seems to be okay. Like, I have not really had a problem with his ER or anything like that. Plus, everything is, like, from Chaska. Oh, this is up here, isn't it? Oh, I see where it might be. Hang on. Oh, I say that. Where you be, thing? I don't know. I do not know. Alright, we gotta visit Jacques' family.
It is settled then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Evil eye. The bombastic side eye.
Hey, Navia's all quiet. This isn't like her at all.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Ah, if it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you. And to all of us.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callis came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Wait, does that mean someone ordered Jacques to take out Callus?
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
Well, things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons, regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh,
Thank you for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Thank you. I'm very grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Okay, so now we gotta find Florent.
are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next. Florent should be nearby, and we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way, so please don't worry.
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House? Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard. With something that dramatic, I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene. After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callis was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it. Who knew that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after? My first reaction was that Mr. Callis's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callis was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands. All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guard said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callis had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns on his person. About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned, do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
It's very possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callis ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then, I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Don't worry. I will definitely find the truth. You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Intel is just.
What the heck, game?
Hey, Thierry! It's me!
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the Guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Callus did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way.
I'm also sure he just wants to say Poisson.
It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying job in the city. Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
Yes. These two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lenny's case and my father's may be related. We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it.
All right, I'm gonna let the PlayStation think for a second because it's keep splashing the thing. You can see it in the corner. So I don't know if it's going to DC me or not. Let me check my connection. It's like I said before, it could just be to the PlayStation itself, which I know I was having, like, it was struggling when I was playing yesterday. Oh my God, my download speed is actually really low in comparison to what it should be. I am only at 135 download. My upload is fine. So something is throttling the download speed. Great.
If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question. Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do is get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So, whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it, though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
Can I just jump from here, or do I need to? I probably should just run down from here. My camera is spinning.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive. To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Apologies. It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Arrhenius by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now.
Gotta take a walk, have fun. Okie dokie. I will make you some coffee before you get home.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven for you. If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabrières will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot. Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory. The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests. Then I heard the sound of a gunshot, and the rest was history.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more, see if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora. All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Okay, let's go up the stairs. What am I doing? We're on.
We've talked to all three suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I don't know about that one, Paimon. Yeah, some of them really stood out as... None of them really stood out as a suspect. That's, again, not true. So, when I first played this, or saw this set of cutscenes, I was watching my husband play through it. And, you know, we were like, okay, so who do you think it is? Because it would have been one of two things. It would have been one of the three, or they would have thrown something out of left field. And I can't remember who my husband thought it was, but I called the culprit out. I'm not going to say who it is right now. Immediately. And it was literally just because of one line they said.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
But where should we start?
Jacques' motive.
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance. That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered and that he had no choice before he left home that day. If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
If it was Jacques, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all.
Oh? And why is that?
Let's see. Could he guarantee his safety after killing Callus? Could he guarantee his family's safety after killing
Oh,
Callus?
that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
Huh. So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Seems the third person was the one who derailed every time. Yeah, it does say derailed. Who derailed everything every time.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible. But who among the three suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
Marcel.
Uncle Marcel? My father did really trust him. And they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie, he could also afford a large number of Gardamex. It's still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child. Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business?
Maybe it was someone else. Florent.
Florent? It is true that he was closest to my father, and thus had the best chance of learning about his dealings with Jacques. But, as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals with personnel and security, so he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
Exactly. He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly.
Maybe it was someone else. That guy.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind of tampering under wraps.
Yeah, had he actually tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Who could it be?
I think.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
He is someone who's very close to you after all.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
Since production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now. We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left. We've got another trial on our hands.
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Fatui harbinger called Tartaglia.
Wait, child?
What?
Serves him right.
Is that someone you know?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, we know him. Maybe even a little too well.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. It's absurd, don't you think?
Yes.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
You can go to Irenaeus. Well, I'll go investigate that place. I'm confident in my combat abilities.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open. You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit. I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
Leave it to me.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lenny's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
Ah, Malus, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
See you then! Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus, we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
All right. That's where we're going to end it today. I didn't do this puzzle over here. Well, something to think about later. Since we got to go underwater to find the base to try to clear Tartaglia. Silly Tartaggles. But with that said, I don't have any wishes right now. So yeah, I will do some wishes tomorrow apparently because I'll at least get one from doing the event. When is the next event coming out? The combat one. Hang on. I thought that was today, but I guess not. To Trial of Behemoths. Oh, it's the 14th. Okay, it was. Yeah, no, wait. That is today. Man. Ah, I was right there. Okay. So I'll have this out and then we'll get whatever I can get out of here. So I should have one or two wishes tomorrow. We're still at like 50 something pity on the banner. I think we're at like 55. We'll still check, because why not? 58. So we're at 58. So we're getting there, but at the same time, if we go into pity, I don't know if we would be able to either get it or win 50 or lose 50-50 and still get her. That's the nature of the game, right? And I don't have anything right there. So yeah. That'll do it for me today. I will see you all tomorrow while we continue the investigation. Hopefully get some more upgrades for our characters. Like I said, I don't think I can really upgrade Auroron much anymore. He has an okay crit rate. I would like it to be a little bit higher maybe, but that's kind of nitpicking at this point for the build we have right now, for what we can get. Farina is pretty good. Chaska is okay. She really just needs, what's she at? She's at 77 crit rate. So in theory, she could go a little bit higher. I just don't want to lower the crit damage much anymore, because I could just throw her on that. But I think she's okay with the crit damage. But honestly, her stuff is pretty decent. Pretty decent. She could use one that has attack on it, which I don't have. No, it wasn't on Mualani's. And we don't want to lower the crit rate anymore. So she could use a little bit of upgrading, but so far she's not that bad. But we'll do all that. We'll still do my main first really quick. We're going to be getting more of Guides to Gold. To at least get Xingqiu's skill up to 9. I don't know if I'm going to crown it or not. Or at least not right now crown it, just because I don't have very many crowns either. So that's going to be another complete, quote-unquote, complete character in terms of talents on my main. So that'll be cool. Hopefully we can get some better boss drops next week. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be farming talent books, and so that probably means I'll be doing artifacts on my main too after that, once Xingqiu is done. So look forward to that. I will see everyone tomorrow. Have a wonderful afternoon, and take care.